world, and welcome to my channel. I'm Everest VR, but you can call me Galen, and this is our first ever podcast. Unfortunately, Fusion could not make it, and today we're basically going to talk about how VR shaped our lives, what was our first VR experiences,
Squares.
and if we have time, we'll talk about Skyfar and the production of Skyfar and how that experience was. So let's get down to it. So how did VR shape your guys' lives? Not just Rec Room, but like VR in general.
Okay, fine. So initially, I was kind of an introvert at first. I was 13 at the time. I was just getting into VR, trying to understand headsets, but I was like, headsets are too expensive. But then I came across the Quest 2. And I'm like, oh, I get this. Then my friends were getting it. It was all like saying this. And then eventually I came across this game called Rec Room. So when I came across this game, I was just playing it. I came across two people in my life, and they changed me drastically, like very drastically. If you want me to continue, I can.
Well, so you say you found a game called Rec Room. Was Rec Room your first VR experience? For the way you say it, sounds like there was another one. There was like other games before you actually got into Rec Room.
Yeah, there was other games.
What was it?
Mostly demos.
Games
were expensive
like what was your first game like you ever tried?
It's probably Beat Saber, the demo, and I also played a little Vader Immortal, like the first episode of the Star Wars. Star Wars game.
So, like, when you first experienced VR for the first time, you're grabbing the headset, you're putting it on, and you have to do, like, that Quest tutorial stuff. Like, how was that for you? Like, was that what you were expecting? Were your eyes, like, was your mind just totally blown?
Well, this is a surprising answer. Actually, my mind was very... Wait, actually, before I got a headset, I actually played a bit of VR. It was actually... Oh, I just remembered. When I first got on my friend's VR headset, I played Job Simulator and Super Hot. But it was first Job Simulator. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. When I played it, it was just... It just all clicked. For some reason, it just felt like it was made for me. Like, I was very athletic, so it just felt natural, and I loved video games. But
I like how
you
say that. I like how you say that, by the way. How you say, like, it feels like it was made for you. Because that was my experience using VR for the first time. It just felt like it was made for me. Like, something clicked. Like, it was, like, what I've been needing my whole life and didn't know it. But, anyway, go ahead.
So this happened. I kind of experienced a little bit of motion stick, including a part when I was playing Vader Immortal or whatever that game was.
Yeah.
That VR game, episode 1 of Oculus Quest. Yeah, I experienced a little bit of motion sickness, but to be honest, it wasn't that bad. Like, I just naturally adapted. I didn't need like several months of traumatization and hardship just to get it done. Like, it just clicked. But anything else? Did you say one thing? Wait, what?
No, that's actually what I was curious. And that's kind of like the first time experiences I'm talking about. Like when you put the VR headset on for the first time. Like, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna talk about my first murder in VR. I know, like, I know, right? The FBI just leaning closer, looking at my video, like, talk on.
Continue.
Yeah. But so I was playing Skyrim VR for the first time, not vanilla, not modded. And this bandit comes up and he's like, I'm gonna kill you or whatever. And I have this dagger in my hand. And I remember I freaked out. Now, Skyrim VR at that time, was the most realistic VR game you could play at the time, I think. Like, there's a lot of VR games now, but back then, it was Fallout and Skyrim VR. He comes running out at me, and I just grab my dagger, and I just repeatedly stab him, just
Oh my god!
and he tips over and dies. I have never played a VR game that realistic, and I look at my dagger, and it's just coated in his blood, and I had, like... I had this sense of guilt, like I just killed a man.
Obviously.
I just killed a man. I have to quit the game and leave for a while. I mean, obviously,
Oh
at
my
the time it
gosh.
was like, yeah, it's just a video game. It's okay. It's not a real
Dog,
person.
You have
But
got to be kidding
it
me.
jolted me. It jolted. Well, it was the first
gosh.
time I'd ever played a VR game
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So it was just nuts. Now the funny thing is,
Felt
my-
like you actually killed a person.
yeah, it was weird. Now my first VR experience was not that. Actually, my first VR experience was cardboard VR.
What?
Google Cardboard?
So it wasn't.
Nintendo Labo? No.
It was so they sell very fancy, well-made like VR headsets where you can slide your iPhone or your Android phone or whatever.
Oh yeah,
really,
those.
really fancy. I bought one of those because at the time I could not afford an Oculus Rift, I could not afford a PC, I could not afford all these things. So my first VR experience was very clunky because nowadays when people make VR games, they try to make sure that the lenses on each part of the VR headset, like they merge the 3D effect correctly. Back in those days, they didn't know how to do it. They thought they can just make the game at two different angles and you're good. You had to cross your
Oh, no.
eyes for the VR to work.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it
my
was
God.
weird, but my first game was like this cool spaceship game that I don't think is available anymore. And you could like fly your ship and shoot things down, and it was my first like 100 hours of VR was with a phone VR headset.
Yeah.
It
I've
was great.
experienced it before.
It was great.
Yeah,
I loved
also-
it, though.
Wait, what?
I loved it.
I see,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, go ahead.
About it. So let me tell you. During the part when I was borrowing my friend's headset, he was like, "Why are you on my headset so much? Why you want to play this?" I literally just like asked him like once or twice a day. I
Uh-huh.
also had this thing of when he was like out, I could just play the VR headset for hours while he's away. Like, on obvious reasons, but obviously, I can't do that all the time. But I just would ask him once or twice every time I come to his house. It was just that VR headset was like a beauty.
What headset was he using?
And
Was it like a Quest 2 or was it like something unique?
obviously,
Oh, okay, okay.
it's obviously I have to be on a budget, so it has to be a
No,
Quest
no,
2.
no. I mean your friend. Like, was it a Quest 2?
Oh, my
the
friend
first-
was on a Quest 2 too.
Oh, okay, okay.
I've
yeah.
never experienced any other headset other than the Quest.
Quest 2 too.
Like the only thing unique about
Choo
like an
choo.
Index or an HTC, by the way, is like you're getting the best resolution with a Quest, in my opinion. The only difference with like an Index or an HTC is your hands do not shake. Like the tracking is so precise. It's like oh, you haven't played that game. I was gonna say it's like Dungeons of Eternity. That's basically how the tracking is, which is incredible tracking. Your hands just stay perfectly still. Actually,
I
my hands are
think
pretty
J.I.
still
now
right now.
wants to play some Dungeons of
Oh, I'm
Eternity.
sorry, J.I. Anyway, me and Mr. Bob basically said our piece rather detailedly
Yep.
too. I think because Zany, since you're the one right here next to us, I think you
Oh,
should go
come
next.
on.
Like, what was your
That's
first
right.
VR
I-
experience?
Okay, okay.
Or J.I. can go next if he
Depends
feels
on
like.
what you mean. I was gonna say depends on what you mean by VR experience.
Like, what- the
seeing
first
one or
time-
using one.
The first time you put a VR headset on your face, like what was that like?
Oh, okay. That somewhere around 2018.
Nice.
when
Oh, so
I
you
was like,
you got to try it on a little
Hmm?
earlier than most people. Most people are only just getting into VR during 22
well, okay,
during COVID.
here's,
During COVID, that's
here's
when
the
people got into it.
here's the reason why though.
Yeah.
So back in 2018, my family was one of the lucky few people who got to try Universal's new hotel early. It was like this large 12-story hotel with like a glass walling on the roof. The roof was like a bar. You could look out onto the city. It was really cool. And on like the second to last day, my dad and I went to the second floor because I heard that there was. Oh, give me a sec. Cool. Give me a sec. I heard that there was a VR station, and I've been dying to play it ever since I was like 4, since I saw like my favorite YouTubers use it. And
I keep forgetting that
So-
VR, like the Oculus Rift, was created back in 2010.
Oh no, it was like an old Vive headset that
Yeah.
I've seen people
Yeah.
use.
That's what I mean. Like VR,
So
VR is just
when-
getting into its motions now, but it's technically it's been around for a bit now. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So then we went there. We paid like I think it was like $5 for 15 minutes, and then I did that one archery game that you see most starting
know
Vive
exactly.
YouTubers.
I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it looked so cool, and it was. The only problem is that like I had to take off my glasses for it since they didn't have like the thing that like most Oculus now have.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I tried it, and I absolutely adored it because I knew I would. And then Christmas 2020, I was lucky enough to get the last Oculus 2 headset in a Best Buy.
Nice.
Literally the last one. And I was able to get it for Christmas.
Cool.
So I had it since then. I played some Beat Saber, Super Hot, and this one little niche VR game that I don't think many people know about called Bait. It's a free, like, fishing sim.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know about it. Yeah, it is an older game. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. And then all that stuff. My friend, good friend of mine got it around the same time. And yeah,
Cool.
pretty much.
Interesting story.
You. Now you.
Oh, one more question.
You.
One more question for you,
just said
Zany. Yeah, like you're
Oh,
you're,
good
you're
one.
legit like now. Actually, two questions because we did it with Mr. Bob. And the first question is, what was your first like legit VR game? Like you said, it was the archery, right? But when you first got your Quest, what was like the first game you played on it?
It was either Beat Saber or Super Hot. I got those at the same time.
That's funny. Everybody. Oh yeah, because they had a special deal for that back then. I remember now.
and not just that, but like they're the ones most people see and want to try out.
Exactly. And how has we've technically done this in the AMA, but we'll kind of cover it a little bit here because we weren't that
Uh-huh.
specific. How has VR changed your life though? Not Rec Room, VR.
Drastically. I'll
Awesome.
say that much.
Okay.
I could go into detail if you want me to.
You can go into a little detail because we're going to do the same with JI here in a moment.
Alright, fair enough. So, like, later on, like, maybe like a month or so, I had some decent games, like Rec Room and VR Chat.
Mhm.
I would playing VR Chat that one. You know that Danganronpa Next game I showed you guys that one time?
I think so.
I was playing that because I was really into, like, the Danganronpa fandom, and it was really fun. And then I met this one person, I
JI,
think...
you got to leave the
JI,
radio underneath the camera so you can hear it properly. Sorry.
I'm
It's
trying to
almost your turn. It's
fix
almost
it.
your turn. I know you are.
I'm trying to fix the radio.
There is no need for fixing.
It's almost
I
your
don't
turn
remember
here.
their name.
What?
I don't remember their names, username or something, so
Mhm.
I'll call them like Jane or something like Janny or something like that.
All right. So,
I
believe it or
randomly
not,
met them, and then I met two of their friends who actually got me into using Discord.
believe it or not, Rec Room is what got me into Discord, Reddit. I know, like all these like
Mm.
famous, like all these like primary social sites. I didn't know they existed before Rec Room. Rick-
Here's the thing.
Oh
Here's the
my
thing for me.
gosh.
Here's the thing for me. I knew like things like Discord and Reddit existed. I just didn't really use them because I knew I probably wasn't really gonna use it all that much. But then, like after some drama with that exact same friend group, I was playing the same game. I was playing the same VR Chat Danganronpa Next World, and I meet these two people who the group calls Neon, and another one who now goes by, their name is a bit more interesting, so I'll just call them, let's just call them like, I'm not good with names if it wasn't obvious.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's
Yeah.
go with Bob, huh?
No.
Larry.
they were both girls. For the most part.
Larry,
like,
Samantha?
Lariat.
Larry, yeah.
No, Samantha. Why not Samantha? Samantha.
Let's go with
So
Jessica.
I met these
I don't know.
two, and I kept on hanging out with them in VR chat, and then
Oh, my
I was
nose.
eventually invited to join them, join their Discord server.
Nice, very
And
nice.
that's mainly how I met my main friend group. Because if I didn't meet them, I would only have about 2 Discord friends, not including you guys.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
That's the funny part. I
No,
would
I'm
only
the
have
same
2
way. I'm
Discord
the same
friends.
way. Like Rec Room changed my life in terms of like, all you guys gotta do is watch like one of my first Rec Room videos, and the level of shyness I am at that time is unprecedented. Now I just go into the rec center and I'm like, yo, bro, what's wrong with your hair?
What?
No, bro.
No,
That's
we're,
some sick
no,
hair.
yeah, it's just random. You know how the
I'm
rec
thinking.
center is. You know how
I
the
know,
rec
I
center
know.
is. It's so random that
Yeah.
You'll have people just dunking while there's also like a mirror couple to the left.
it's so weird. It's so weird.
Alright,
It's so
Jared,
random.
You're up.
Yes, Ji.
I think you're up
Wait,
now.
before
So-
he goes, I have a short question.
Sure.
You said Larry, right? Are
Larry.
you talking about Veggie Tales?
Oh,
So I have a
God.
lot of people ask me if that's why I say Larry, and I did kind of grow up watching that, so it is very possible that's
Me
why
too.
I say it. But Larry is
Me too.
also, I don't know, for me, Larry is, I have some theme lines like in my life that I use. I don't say them too much on
Guys.
stream. But for example, if you
Guys,
knew me
I
in
feel
real
that-
life, one of the things I say a lot is, man, I want to punch a cow.
You want to punch a
Oh,
cow?
do I know?
Or,
do you
or
know
what's
that
the
I
name
usually
of that
say now to a
person?
friend?
And I'm always like, Larry. Like, I always blame everything on Larry. Larry's like the excuse guy. I know he's not
Actually-
real, but it's just Larry's always. I just find the name Larry to be super amusing. Even I go.
Ever.
I mean, now I can't use it because I'm going to be saying this on camera. But if you ever see in your friends list somebody named Larry, and you're like, who in the world did I befriend named Larry? It's me. That's my code name. My code name is Larry.
Hey, calm down.
Alright, what would you say, Zandy?
I was gonna say, this came from, like, a date yesterday or so when we were
Right.
doing like rec room and stuff like that.
Right,
no, wait,
right.
Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. It wasn't yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah, no, yesterday was Dungeons of Eternity, if I remember correctly.
not yesterday. That was
Alright.
not Dungeons
No.
of Eternity.
Okay. So
Yeah, Jay has
basically,
getting
you
cussed
guys,
out.
you guys remember on how come Ji took us to that one horror room? I came up with I
little
think it was like the vent stalker or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the
Dweller.
Vent Stalker. Yeah, I remember that room.
Yeah,
It's
vent
the
stalker.
vent dweller.
It's called
I,
vent
no,
stalker.
it's
I just
stalker.
checked.
It's
I
okay, J.I. Don't commit
So-
suicides.
So when he said when like
I
Jed
actually
took us
didn't
to it
say
and he
it.
called me chicken,
Uh,
I decided I realized there's a new phrase I came up with on the spot that I'm now gonna use for whenever I'm annoyed at a person.
no, what is it?
You know how come people are gonna say like whenever they're annoyed at a person or mad at somebody, they say I'm gonna pipe bomb your mailbox.
Oh my goodness, I actually been only recently hearing that. I'm actually very new to that statement.
Oh, okay, Mr. Bob, you should know that, right?
We don't support that
What?
kind of thing, by the way. Don't pipe bomb anybody.
I go,
Alright,
I
what
go.
was the question? We don't
I
support it.
say, you know how come like people say I'm gonna pipe bomb your mailbox when you're like mad at someone?
Oh, no.
Yummers.
Aw.
Why am I the
Nah,
only one that
I just looked the other way.
I
on
do.
that.
I do.
Okay, so I decided to spice it up a bit, and instead of saying I'm gonna pipe bomb your mailbox, whenever I'm annoyed or mad at somebody, I'm just gonna say, dude, I wanna break your spinal cord right now.
Oh,
I wanna,
Okay.
I wanna break your spinal cord.
one of the statements I say, like, and just because to kind of follow what Zany goes, is like, if somebody really annoys me, it'll be your turn right after this. I go, I want to.
Yes, J.I., come
wa-
on.
I wanna
calm
live-
down.
It's like I'm going to liver punch you, and I pretend like I'm going to punch your liver,
Liver punch.
and then
That is so.
or I take it a notch up, and I'm like I'm going to liver punch you, but I like grapes though.
You like
What?
grapes?
Grape punch, but liver punch.
Great, but oh my god.
No.
South.
Oh my god.
All right, J.I.
Okay,
now
Jay,
I
it's
think it's your turn.
Yes, we're
now
sorry.
I think it's your turn.
All right. So, how was your first, like, legit VR? Like the moment you put your Quest on for the first time, or whatever headset it was.
Good lord.
Like how was that for you?
So
Make me-
Okay. Ignore that. So my first VR experience, I don't really remember, but I remember what I
2020,
do for
like everyone else.
Is he giving you the stare? Is he giving you the stare?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
okay. So when I got my headset, it was during the pandemic when you
Yeah.
couldn't really go outside or play with anyone.
I
Yeah.
called it.
That's fair.
Why are you looking at a clipboard, Mr. Bob?
I'm writing down. I'm a news reporter.
You're writing stuff down with your fingernails.
Wow. Yeah, but
I'm
yeah.
portraying as a
But
pencil.
your experience though, when you like put that VR headset on, like were you mind blown? Did it seem normal?
Yeah, it felt weird. So apparently to my dad, I actually didn't like the VR as much as I do now back
Mhm.
then when I first got it.
Fair enough.
Because the first
Motion blur.
no, I never got motion sick. I was for some reason
Neither did I,
Good reason.
surprisingly.
I've never actually gotten motion sick. Unless I'm like really spinny, maybe. I've never gotten motion
That's just called
sickness.
being dizzy.
Yeah, unless I've gotten dizzy, I've never gotten motion sickness. And I remember, okay, so just like almost everyone else in this room, or everyone in this room, my first VR game was all three Vader Immortals. And
That's a
I
good one to
remember
go with.
I remember watching. I remember
Don't make him
watching-
angry.
I remember watching videos of VR and Vader Immortal. I got the Quest 1, not the Quest 2. This is like when I really saw what VR was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Vader
So what
Immortal
was
was
your-
fun. And I remember
What?
I always wanted to figure out how to just do regular walking and actual climbing.
Oh, I
And
know.
I think it took me like a month of VR to actually figure out it was in the settings to do that.
Yep.
And I
Uh,
loved it. I loved being able to do the regular walking, the climbing. It felt real. And what actually got me into Rec Room, so the thing with Rec Room, when I started playing it, the problem I had with it was that when I played it, for some reason there would always be a glitch that I had like this black blob on my screen. I didn't know what to do. It was only in Rec Room, so I didn't really play it a lot. But what got me back into Rec Room, and I'm pretty sure what just got me into VR in general, was two YouTubers. They were Rec Room YouTubers.
Okay.
One, I'm pretty sure was Mavin VR. Do you know who that
Nice.
is?
Yeah, I know. I know who
Yeah.
that is.
I think it was him because I know he's a really good YouTuber that's really good at sniper shots. And I
He's
remember
also our
watching-
opponent
yeah.
for the
Yeah.
contest. He's our opponent
Yeah.
for the contest. He's
Was it-
excited with.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did
Oh,
a title.
yeah.
I saw his name on the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
But-
didn't. I didn't watch it.
It's a good movie. You should.
Yeah. So I saw him doing some like cool trick shots and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. I really want to play Rec Room now. And then there was another YouTuber. I don't know if you know who this is. I think they quit their channel.
Oh,
They
no.
deleted all their videos.
Who was it
Don't know
though?
what happened.
Like, do you know their name?
Their name was Lizer VR.
Oh, I think I know who he was. At least back in the day.
Yeah.
Crud. I hope he's okay.
I remember watching
Get your
his,
donut.
one of
You don't
I
know what
remember
want.
watching one of his videos. It was like
you
him,
want a donut.
it was him and someone named I think Chicken, or it was just him. But I remember it was like a video of
Uh,
him climbing a big
wait.
wall.
Yeah.
Wait,
and-
I thought
and-
I'm
No,
sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
you
I'm
speak.
sorry for pausing you
You
for a sec.
speak, how about
I thought
that?
I just saw something like a. I was Mr. Bob. Did you throw your donut out there? Mr. Bob.
Hey, this is my popcorn.
That's
No
it.
more
You get
popcorn.
no more popcorn for you. Here, Jay.
Okay.
No, it's my popcorn.
It's just
You
everyone.
threw a donut
every-
out the window.
So this
Hey.
box will never despawn? Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
No, I'm eating. I'm eating it. I'm
Okay.
eating.
So Yeah, that's what really got me into Rec Room. And then I don't really remember the games. I remember it being the rec center that didn't have Mixpin. It was all the other old stuff. I don't remember if it was like the old rec center where it had the booth in the front and not the side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember. But I do remember I asked at least one person, can you buy me some gloves? Because I remember seeing the biker gloves, and they looked like the biker gloves, these ones. You know, they didn't get me those, but they got me some other gloves. But the biker gloves, they just look so cool.
So
Take
the,
your
the,
pizza.
the version of the rec room center that you were in 2020, by the way, that one was the one where the store was where the main booth is in the center of the room. The mirror was in the main hallway, and we had no booth yet. Like, people actually asked for the booth to come back from the 2017 version. That's why they brought it back.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Everest, get your pizza. Come on, man.
You don't know what I want.
Well, I think you want pizza.
Not fake.
Let the man speak. You
Let him
blocked
cook.
my fish with your
On the
beer.
house.
Oh.
Let me fix
Everest
my
here.
height real quick.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, look how
I
my
think the
hands hold
first-
this.
Come on, clean,
so
clean.
fancy.
So fancy.
So
Harry.
the first game I played in Rec Room was but the first two games I played were Rec Room, Vader Immortal, and I think a little bit of VR Chat,
Nice.
but not much because I didn't like VR Chat too much back then.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I do now. So
Infinite wine.
the first games I think I played in Rec Room were, I actually have one of my favorites. Let me see, what's the name? Give me a second. It's called
Infinite
Test Parkour.
wine. Oh,
It's called
I didn't
Test
throw that. It was him.
Ah!
Sorry.
It's called Test Parkour V2. And I remember that's one of the first games I played. It was like a climbing. And I really liked it because I was like, oh wait, you can climb in this game? And
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like be able to climb in VR, and I remember I was looking for a game that could let me do that.
Nice.
And two other games. The most original Siren Head game I could ever remember in Rec Room. Don't remember the name. I don't. We might have played it once on stream.
Zany,
That's it.
could you drink it so the bucket goes away because it's actually blocking me from camera?
Wait, what? Who?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. When you guys spawn things on the
Yeah, there
table,
you
you end up blocking like each other's faces and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
so if you spawn
And then the
food, maybe spawn it on the
third-
side and then bring the food on the table. I don't know. Anyway,
Alright.
Jay, go ahead.
Back to you, Jay.
Yes.
Yeah. So the
Put it on the
third
camera.
game. The third game was when I don't really remember. Was when I either didn't know what the maker pin was, or I didn't know how to clamp objects like at all.
Yeah.
Because it was like a make your own gun game, and I saw other people doing
Wait,
that.
wait.
I was like, wait, how do I attach?
What?
And then those were like
That was weird.
three games I always tried to play or played. And that in my opinion was the peak of Rec Room.
Where's the chocolate? Oh, no.
Nice. Very
I'm not
nice.
saying Rec Room isn't good
Oh.
now. I'm just saying back then
It was
they
special.
even-
Yeah.
it felt awesome because those rooms, they felt real. Even
Yeah.
though these new rooms, they have newer rooms that, in my opinion, are all the same. They're all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They most of the time have all the same mechanics.
Our creators back in 2017 to 2021 were some of the best creators anywhere in like in the metaverse. And
yeah,
then
before Rec Room
and-
Studio,
yeah, and now
remember Pola Mistas?
and now everything is copy paste, which is sad. Even the mechanics are
Yeah.
copy paste.
and like,
you guys
oh
remember
yeah,
Pola
another
Mistas?
one of the
Yes.
the fourth.
That's one of the
the-
first
It
rooms
was
we
where
met. Yeah.
it was where I gave you that really good PFP.
Yeah, I remember. It was cool. What happened to everybody? What happened to Jay? Oh, did Jay just murder Jay? What just happened?
There's cake. There's
Still my
cake.
HP.
What is
All
wrong
right,
with
back to what we was talking about, sorry.
Okay, I
Everything.
had to get
Everything
the cake.
is wrong with
That's
that.
fair, that's fair.
The fourth game I ever played on Rec Room, and I remember I still like it to this day. Just so many people have copied off that game.
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes the copies are better than the original, of course. But that was when it was Ignited Freddy.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
back when it was brand new. Yeah, it was fun. Now it's everything.
that-
Tonight, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Now you can just
Back-
jump in there and
yeah.
play Ignited Mr. Bob. That could be a thing.
Wait, what?
You know it. You know it.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
and I did
Ignited Mr.
Markiplier.
Bob. I gotta see it. I
Everest.
gotta see it.
Like
What?
before all these copies, if you put Ignited into the search bar, I think one of the first things you would see was Ignited Freddy.
Yes,
Now,
I remember.
if I
I
would've-
had a
I
friend
don't
back in
like to search
2020
up
who could not
Freddy.
stop playing Ignited Freddy. We're talking about the OG one, by the way, not the new
You know,
ones.
now if I search
Give
up
Everest his cake.
Ignited, I see an Ignited Bonnie, Ignited Markiplier, of course Ignited Freddy, of course.
Look at
But
how
I
you
see
hold it.
I see all these other games that either don't have the Ignited version of that character, because Ignited, I'm pretty sure that was meant to be based off of a game like Joy of Creation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Joy of Creation.
But now all these other games put Ignited first to get the little Timmies excited because they see Ignited and they think it's really cool. See, there's Ignited Poppy RRS,
Yeah.
Ignited
I'm sorry.
Into the Pit Bonnie, Ignited SpongeBob even.
Yeah. Ignited
Is that
SpongeBob.
Ignited SCP-096? Ignited Bonky the Clown? Okay, before I get ahead of myself and crash out over these Ignited games, even
You
though
already
they're not
crashed out.
Ignited. Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, no, it's a
Okay,
wild.
yeah,
It's
but
crazy.
But that's my
Oh yeah,
VR.
wait. I do have a question, Everest.
What's up?
Did Fusion send their response in Discord yet? I don't think they have.
I think they're just really busy right now. They have something that's up.
Yeah, they said they were visiting like nieces or something, right?
Yeah. So we will have Fusion come next. And the thing is, don't freak out, guys. You're gonna hear this, but you're probably watching this next week when I will not be streaming or there won't be any content. So it's okay. You'll be getting this content when I'm not streaming, but then a few days later, you guys will get content. So it's okay because I won't be streaming
Hey,
next week.
At the very,
So
at the very least, they'll probably
Fusion
be getting
w-
some Patreon streams.
Fusion will definitely be in the next podcast, though, for sure.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to aim that podcast towards like we'll be talking about music videos, guys. We'll be talking about concerts in VR, and even Fusion actually assisted with a concert in VR for our music video for
Wait,
the
what?
Rec Room. Remember when you guys did the
Oh
Rec
yeah,
Room
wait,
music
I
video?
did too.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
too.
You, JI, like I love JI. He did the traditional like rock star guitar smash on the camera. It was great.
Actually,
Yeah.
what about the lost footage?
The lost footage. What are we talking
Oh
about?
yeah. Wait, we haven't seen any
Shazam lost
bloopers yet of our
footage.
stuff.
Oh yeah. We do need to eventually get back to finishing that video too because it never actually
I
happened.
guess
We
you
get so
forgot,
busy.
huh?
I forgot because you
And we
got to
also
take into
need-
account we
It's
had the
alright.
Wait, what's
paintball
lost
movie to
footage?
pull off. We had not Star, Skyfar to finish, and then we also have a new
Starfar.
Skyfar. Sorry, my Star Wars fan in me is trying to kill me. Skyfar. We had that movie to finish, and I'm still working on the next script for the public movie where you guys will be able to join. So yeah, we've just been so busy. I'm
You
starting
did
to.
issue the paintball challenge too, huh? Or no, you didn't.
Yeah. So
I feel like we need
That's
to get
good.
some bloopers at some point.
you know what will be funny? Skyfar just
What?
Skyfar just loses the competition hardcore, but that paintball one wins. That would be so
Oh my
bad.
God.
It would
Swear
be
to
so
God, if
bad.
that one wins.
it would be like, why?
Literally
Jeff,
just-
you're messing with me.
literally-
Can you tell me the
literally-
comparison
li-
compared to the
literally
paintball one
just
and
the-
the amount of effort you put into the other one?
So I don't know. The only reason I want to say the paintball one was more challenging than Skyfar is because
More people.
yeah, we were dealing with crowds. We were dealing with so many
Oh.
people. I think there was some language
Oh.
barriers with some players where they didn't understand what we were saying. We got it working, obviously, in the
Yeah.
end. We had other players
Surprising.
that it was just and then saying like, "Hey, you guys can group up with whoever you want to make it work." And it just led to arguments, and it led to madness, and then that's why I had to make you guys like moderators that day, because I myself couldn't keep like 30. No, it wasn't 30 people. It was more like 15 people. Like
It
chip
was like
and call.
it was like 16.
It was like
I wish
yeah,
I
it
was
was.
there.
16.
It was so you weren't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't
Wait.
in the video. So if
Oh,
that
yeah.
video
Oh.
wins, I won't
If
get
I remember,
rewarded.
if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, when it came to the
Was
teams, it was
Fusion,
me,
JI,
JI,
and
and
Fusion.
Fusion.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, if that video wins, I won't get rewarded.
That's why Brody actually got the 5th slot. So Brody, you're a possible winner, bro. So let's talk about Skyfar.
Oh, Skyfar was so much fun to do.
So for you guys that
I-
maybe have not watched it yet, check my channel. Check out the latest uploads. We did a movie. In case you're watching this like in the future, we did a movie by the name of Skyfar: The Nexus. Absolute
And look for a
smash
guy-
hit. Absolute smash hit.
Look, f-
Here's
Check
the
it
hint.
out.
and look for a
Make
guy
your
that looks
hands
like
back.
this.
Yeah, look for a guy in the poster and the thumbnail that looks like that. That's the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness gracious.
Again, smash it. We had a great time doing it, and we're just basically gonna see how we thought it all went. So who wants to
I
go
think
first?
it
in
has like
this?
78 views right now.
No,
if I'm not mistaken.
120 something.
Yo,
Again,
that's
it-
a lot.
it's doing
It
numbers.
is a
It's
smash
doing
hit.
numbers.
It is a smash hit. Like we did
I'm
good.
surprised.
Like
Honestly, I usually when it comes to stuff like this, including whenever it comes to like competitions, I'm always surprised whenever like I get picked for like stuff like this.
okay, 147 views. That's how fast it's going
Oh
up.
my god!
So what's the first question?
Well, like how much fun did you guys have with it? Like what were your
A
thoughts
lot.
on it?
A lot of
Like
fun.
like before like jumping into the movie, like because I remember me and Mr. Bob, we talked about the script way before we even thought we were going to do the movie. Mr. Bob was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Everest, you ever going to
And the
do a
contest.
movie like for Rec Room that we can probably join up in?" And I'm like, "Well, Mr. Bob, I have this like fantasy sci-fi movie that I really want to do." And I've actually wrote it with the intentions of you guys being in it, but I'm not sure if you want to. And then the competition came around, and I was like, "Oh snap! Oh snap!"
Yeah.
So I wrote
the
the script.
competition came.
I wrote the script
Oh, snap.
overnight, and then asked these guys, and they were so in for it. Did you expect it to look as awesome as it did when he finished? By the way,
No,
No,
I did not.
I thought it was going to be like some kind of like just fight, like not really that much of a story. But
Right.
no,
I do
you
have
cooked.
to say,
You
I do
cooked.
have to say something I find really unfortunate about the finished product though.
what was that?
We had to cut so much stuff for the contest.
So in case you
We had
guys
to cut
do
like
not
what,
know,
6 minutes or something?
yeah,
Yeah.
in case
What,
you
6
guys
minutes?
do not know, the Skyfar originally was a YouTube short, only meant to be 1 minute, a legit YouTube short. And then we filmed it, and we ended up filming like 8 to maybe 10 minutes worth of content.
10 minutes.
We
I think.
had
Wait,
to
let me see
shave that video down to like 4 minutes.
That's why. That's why for
Wait,
the
let me tell you
most part, when I was gonna say that's why for the recorded battles for the most part that they usually lasted like 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, the battles
We
were
had
so
a
much
lot-
longer.
Especially mine.
we had a lot more planned, but unfortunately for the contest, we had to shave it down by like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But
What is it?
there is some good news. I'm assuming from what we've been hearing, right? With
If you're
I'm
talking
talking about you potentially. I'm talking about you potentially releasing the full version.
yeah, that is something we'll look into the future. Right now, we do have a number of classified productions in the works. The one
Yep.
that I think I can talk about right now is our newest one that was going to be Rec Rally, but
Oh.
it's not going to be Rec Rally anymore. It's going to be a racing one. but it's going
Didn't
to
you say it
be.
was like biking or
It's
something?
going to be biking. I have a really good friend who made a phenomenal, almost anime style biking script. And
Ooh.
I need his permission before I use it because obviously he made it. He's a D&D. My friend is a D&D runner
Ooh.
basically. So he makes
Wait.
stories for that kind of
Ow.
stuff. But I know he's
I
probably
love
never
D&D. D&D is
he's
too good.
never gonna novelize it as far as I'm
No.
aware, and he's never gonna filmmake it. So I may ask for it because this may be his best way of ever seeing his script made into a real like actual movie. So that is what
Speaking
we're
of
gonna
that,
work on. What's up?
In other words, did you know that's
Classified.
Okay.
It was the class.
okay?
It was the classified.
Oh, it's classified.
That is so
crap.
classified. Like. And all right, guys, my apologies. We accidentally said some classified content. As I said, there's 2 movies in development. One is the bicycle one. The other one's absolutely classified. And one of us here accidentally spoke it out loud. Don't point to him. We don't blame people, bro. We don't judge.
I'm sorry. I didn't know it was completely classified.
It was-
I thought
it
just
was
saying
me.
it wasn't
It was
classified.
him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah, we accidentally
Way
talked about a
too
classified movie.
much.
You guys will find out
My
about
bad.
this movie down the road. It is still in early development. We're still scripting it. We still gotta make sets. It is a Patreon one. I am so sorry. But
Oh,
we
my
might
goodness.
invite special guests on board to like help with crowds and whatnot. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm dying.
We'll-
I'm
I
dying.
feel like Tom Holland.
Goodbye, y'all.
There you
I
go.
feel like
You
Tom
are
Holland
being
now.
Tom Holland.
Y'all, can I come
You know
in?
who I'm
Can I
talking
come
about,
in?
I know what you're going on about. I know what you're
Goodbye,
going on about.
podcast. I'm gonna go die
I thought I was
now.
able to say it. I'm sorry. I haven't told nobody.
It's
I'm
all
sorry.
good.
You know
I'm just
what,
watching
no,
here like
Mr. Bob.
I was like, Mr. Bob, what are you
you know
doing?
what, I'm gonna-
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Mr.
I'm
Bob,
sorry. I'm
Mr.
sorry. I'm
Bob,
sorry.
I'm gonna
Hello,
It's just she
world.
was talking about
Hello,
the number.
world, I'm
You was
back.
talking about that. good.
Hello,
I'm
world.
switching
I'm
seats,
back
bruh.
from jumping
I'm
off the
switching
cliff.
seats. Yo, Mr.
No,
Bob,
Everett,
he
I'm
said I'm
not
switching
Everett,
seats.
I'm not actually kidding. I literally jumped off.
That was
my
good.
God.
That was hilarious.
All right.
That was hilarious.
All right.
I'll just edit
We're
that out,
good.
man. You're good. You're good. That was good comedy. It was good comedy. It was good comedy.
Oh man, the irony.
Also, Everest.
But I think a good question that we can do, and we'll start with JI since JI has been we haven't got him enough into here. What was your favorite
Oh,
scene in
I'm
Skyfar
dying.
to do
Oh.
or to watch? Actually, to do and to watch. What was your favorites?
So I don't really know which one was my favorite to do because I was in
You were halfway through and then you got killed.
yeah I was
So, yeah.
barely in the entire movie.
Yeah,
so.
he was a lot more in the film.
Don't
like,
worry.
what did you say?
Did you say it again?
Yeah.
Oh about that. Oh my
Mr.
God.
Mr. Bob, get back on the chair here. Get back on the
I
chair.
quit.
Why?
Everest,
3, 2, 1,
What?
action! Hello, world. Tom
Mr.
Holland here
Bob.
just made more spoilers. I don't know how to control him. It's just gonna be a thing that happens. I'm still gonna have to edit this. I'm so-
All right. I'll be way more secure next time. I'll be saying nothing.
Lord
Nothing.
have mercy on him. Lord have
Nothing.
mercy on him.
Yo, let
I'll
me
keep my
see.
mouth taped.
I was just like, did Mr. Bob just say what I think he said? Really?
I didn't even hear what he said. That's the best part.
He basically
Yeah.
said,
I ain't saying what I said. I'm not saying what I said.
yeah. So many
not.
sorries, guys.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have
leak
to
some
wrap this up. My
classified
headset's
stuff
very
again.
low.
Okay,
We're gonna have to
so.
wrap
let's
this
do one
up.
more thing.
Okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
wrap it up with these
okay.
questions. So, Ji, your favorite scene, like because you did the speech scene along with Zany, and then you did that
Yeah.
final scene where you smash Mr. Bob, and you basically have a quick fight
Clink.
with Fusion.
So my favorite scene to do, personally, I think it was like the fight scene was my favorite to do.
Like
that
a
wasn't
deleted
my-
scene or like an actual
Yeah.
scene that's
I
in the
think it was
movie.
The
The
deleted
deleted.
ones, like the
Okay.
deleted sadly. Yeah,
Mhm.
but all of it was mostly fun, but that was my favorite to do. Sadly, it got cut, and in my
Yeah.
opinion,
Although
It was
although-
super
although
cheesy though. It was
I
super
would-
cheesy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would like to say something that I think worth to know that I think is actually kind of cool. The fact that most of his fight got cut is really interesting because it makes it more clear that you're in the perspective of Mr. Bob since he
Yeah.
got knocked out.
Yeah, I liked the fact that I was able to take advantage of that. And your favorite scene,
Yeah.
J.I.?
So-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
my favorite scene to watch, the coolest one, it's not my favorite to watch, but the coolest one was when I basically just do, you know what? Nah, hold up.
Oh God, what
He's
are
gonna-
you doing?
he's
Oh,
gonna
you're
put
pulling
it-
out the outfit.
He's putting his outfit
Oh,
on.
he's pulling out the
Hold up.
the clone
What
mask.
do you
Hold
got?
on,
What do you got,
maximum-
bro? What do you
Hold
got?
up, we going
I'm plugging
maximum
my
effort.
headset in. We're probably not gonna get done by the time my headset dies. I'm
Plug
Hold
it
up,
in.
maximum
Yeah, plug it in.
effort.
Plug it in. Yeah. Your best bet. You
Where's
don't
my-
have
I
to do.
think my favorite, I think one of the coolest scenes I saw was when I was like, I'll do as you command.
Yeah, I like
Oh,
that,
yeah,
and I
that
love how
part.
you're.
It's
I love how I was able to add like jets to you, so you just hear whoosh, and then the transition goes over to Mr. Bob and Fusion.
I'm
Now,
still
I
dying.
do
for what
have an
Mr.
extra.
Bob
I do
said.
have an extra question to you because I did not ask for your permission in this. I just did it because it helped the scene be understood. What did you think when Mr. Bob stabbed you and blood just?
It was, see now, in my opinion, the blood,
It's something you
You know,
don't
the
expect from Everest. Let's be
the-
real.
Well, the
blood-
scene was not clear. It was hard to see his sword stabbing him, and the blood just made it clear. It communicated to the audience what just happened. That's why I had to.
It was
Yeah,
still PG.
in my opinion,
right.
the blood could have been a little less, looks like under budget, in my opinion. Understand, we don't even have a budget.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still,
We have a
the
budget of
blood-
tokens.
Time.
Yeah,
Time
the
is our biggest budget.
time.
Time is
Yeah.
our budget.
It
Time
looked
is tokens.
so funny. It looked like if you put a bunch of cylinders together, you made them fly, and then you added blood particles. But no offense, I'm just saying that's how it looked.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair.
I liked
That's
it
fair.
though because it emphasized that I don't, you know what? No, this is the revenge.
He just
It's
stabs
still better than
with his
nothing,
hand.
right?
He just stabs right through with his hand. Yeah.
Still better than
All
nothing,
right. Now, Zany, your turn. What was your favorite scene to do in Skyfar?
Oh, I know exactly.
And you were in plenty.
So the part, huh?
And you were in plenty of the movie. Like you
Yeah, I
you
know,
were
I know.
literally
I
you
was
did a
liter-
good villain.
I
You
was
did a
the-
good like traditional villain.
I'm surprised by that. I'm never usually a villain.
Mhm.
Yeah. If I had to say my favorite scene, it would have to be the part where I parried Fusion threw the sword up in the air to swap it over to the right and then slash the camera.
I love
I
that
I would like
scene
to say
smooth.
something.
just
You
because
Mr. Bob, right?
wait, I added a sound. I don't know if you saw it, but I added a sound effect that when you do it, you hear the sword going whoosh, and you grab it, and then you do the
Yeah, I
slash
heard
towards
that.
Mr. Bob.
Oh, I did.
all
I don't
I
think I heard it, but yeah, I
yeah.
really like that part because
Everest.
when you did it, when you actually did it,
Yeah.
what
Give
you
him 1
did
second,
it like
J.I.
yeah, I was gonna say when you did it, you do like this, and then both of you like parry back. You toss it up in the air, grab it with this, and then just do an underhand slash up.
Yeah. Yeah. So in case you guys didn't
Yeah.
understand it when you saw in the scene, that's what was going on. J.I., what's
Yeah.
up? J.I. is having a seizure
We
or something.
recreated.
Ignore that. Ignore that. It was just being
All right, what
funny.
about you, Ever?
So,
Oh no, no,
Oh, yeah,
no.
what about you?
so-
Oh no, J.I. has a question, and then
thing-
we have another question for Zany. Go ahead,
So
J.I.
so the thing about that scene is I couldn't really tell what was going on slightly because all I saw was like I heard a couple swooshes, and then I just see Fusion get hit, and then I don't really remember after rewatch.
Oh no! Oh no! But now that
Oh,
you said
goodness.
your favorite scene to do, what was your favorite scene to see in the movie?
Oh, favorite scene to see. Oh, it had to be the head bonking part with Mr. Bob.
Oh, that was pretty good. That
Yeah,
was
that's what
pretty
I was
good.
about.
I just
the
like
part-
how
the fact that I just came up with the fact that deactivate, blunt him with that, knock him down,
Yeah.
and just activate
So-
a mid thing, stab.
a fun fact about that scene, by the way, you
Oh.
took too long to bonk him in the head. so there was too much lag, and it didn't seem like a like professional or official. So I had to
seemed
trim
like
it.
it was good on my end.
No, it was in the movie. It looks great. So what I had to do was I had to clip it down. So you immediately did it, but you could see that there was like a blip. Something went wrong. So I zoomed the scene in closer, so it looked like you just grabbed the blade and you went bam, and it just added a more impact. It added a more like visceral look to it.
I didn't know. I don't think I noticed that because
Yeah.
I remember when
If
we
you
were
didn't,
recording the scene.
If you did it, it's because I did my
remem-
job. That's basically what it means.
Well, I was gonna say, because
Yep.
here's the thing: when we recorded the scene, I thought it like turned out pretty well because
Mhm.
it looked like I hit him on the head actually.
No, you did. It's just there was like a 2-second delay where it took you a while, where it was like 1, 2, and then you hit him in the head, rather than just being like bam. But then the whole scene came out so smooth with just the way how you bash him away, you slash fusion, and then you bash him in the head and stab him, which it just came out. It came out
Bash
beautiful.
him away, slash fusion, bash him in the head again.
So okay, in
my
terms
God.
of me, my
Lots of
favorite
brain
scene.
damage.
My favorite scene to do, and I was not actually in the movie, guys. I was just a traditional
Recording.
director.
What was your favorite scene to record?
Yeah,
What's
so
your favorite scene to record?
oh man, so
How about that?
we'll go with two because one's a deleted scene and one's
Ooh.
officially in the movie. One of them was we were going to do a traditional montage with Mr. Bob
Oh
and
yeah, the
Fusion.
walking.
We're just going to be walking throughout the world.
And then you
He's-
guys were gonna get tired.
And
you guys were
then
gonna get
it was a
slowly more
great
tired.
scene because you guys got to see the world, like more of the world. We were going to see like volcanoes, and we were going to see like forests and cool
Volcanoes.
stuff. Yeah, volcanoes. I can't speak right.
Volcanoes.
Volcanoes, tomato, potato. Well, I don't know. Anyway, anyway, that scene was great because they just had to walk in front of a green screen and act like
and then
they
they
were
slowly
walking.
got more and more tired.
And they just, it was just so much laughing and so much like randomnity that they were just
Yeah.
saying and doing. That was one of,
Watermelon.
now my second favorite scene, and this is because, so the main music in this movie is done by Scott Buckley. I don't know. Have you guys ever watched Stickman versus Minecraft?
Yeah,
No.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, I used the
I have.
soundtrack in the movie called The King from his series from Stickman versus Minecraft. It's called The King,
Ooh.
and
Yeah.
that is the first music piece when I ever heard it. That is where I wrote the script from. Was from inspiration from that music, and everything that you heard the music where it went perfectly with that piece of music was because I literally wrote the script around that music. So my favorite scene
Do
that
I
I
know? Do
wanted
I know
to
something I'm
see.
realizing just now?
Give me one moment. My favorite scene that I
Yeah, sure,
really,
sure thing, sure thing.
really wanted to see in this movie, even before it was done, was when Fusion says yes and the credits roll. That is my favorite scene in the entire movie. Is where
Definitely was.
you
Like,
say your
yeah,
line
'cause
and
it-
Fusion's
when
like
it-
yes,
when-
and bam, Skyfar, the Nexus.
Not just that, but when she says yes, it sounds like she's saying it like so frantically, like yes, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's supposed to be because it's now, for the time being, we're not confirming whether there's a part 2 or not, guys. But for the time being, right now,
No.
it's kind of
Yeah,
up
no.
to the audience. What happens after this? Is Fusion going to make different choices? Is she going to save Mr. Bob? Because that's kind of
Is
the
she gonna
idea
get stuck
behind
in a
it.
time loop?
She's like, yes,
Is
exactly.
she gonna get stabbed again?
Is she gonna get stabbed? Is she gonna? Because in my idea, I like to think that she's saying yes with conviction because now she knows what's going to happen and she's gonna save Mr. Bob's life now. And now everything's gonna be different. But what exactly does this mean? And what happens if her and Mr. Bob go into the time machine? So it's kind of like for your fun to like think about
Mr.
and
Bob's
wonder.
just doing the
So
Mr. Bob's just doing the brain blast gift, like
yeah. Stand.
I'm gonna be a hero.
Do I know what I just? Do I know what I? Do I know something I just realized right now, out of pocket?
What's up?
Let me double check the time real quick.
We're
It's
doing
been
good
45
stream-wise.
minutes
We're
since
doing.
It's been 45 minutes since my mom said dinner was ready.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, we're wrapping up here. It's Mr.
Those
Bob's
pigs in a
turn.
blanket are cold.
Mr. Bob
Alright, what do
is
you want me to answer?
technically one of the main characters in the movie. So, what is your favorite scene you had to do? Like whether
Oh,
it's
above or
deleted
at bad?
scene. Sure thing, J.I.
No, I have a. Why do I think I know what it is? Why do I feel like
That's
I know
a
what
hard
it is?
one. Every single one of them actually are my favorite. I'm not even joking, but
That's fair. That's fair.
maybe the extra edge is probably the part where I just.
Oh,
then
that was
just
so
fucking
cool. I
Zany,
love the
they just-
sound effect too.
And then no, and then push.
Yep,
push
I knew it. I knew it. I called it. It was the
But
part
yeah,
where you
what?
pushed me off.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was a great
Yeah,
scene,
the
guys.
time we had to do
we
to
had
create
to
that
use
thing.
an invention. We had to use an invention for Mr. Bob to grab Zany and just throw him off the edge
Literally,
along
with
with him.
that time that was used to make it, how many people
You
had
charge your
it was
headset.
you,
charge your headset
was-
all the way.
it was Ji, me, and I think later on you when we were going back to that world to get info,
Yeah,
like yesterday.
and
But yeah, I need to tell you,
yeah, go
there
ahead.
was freaking so much like playing around with the freaking invention that I created
Yeah,
just to
and you.
grab you. Anyway, like there was so much footage, and here's a little behind the scenes.
You-
Jay, I kept messing with it, but yeah, that's all I can say. I
you
had to
still need to
rebuild
turn.
it.
You still need to make the little blooper shorts thing of.
We are
J.I.
gonna do
spinning
bloopers. We are
around
gonna
like
do
a
bloopers.
helicopter.
And Mr. Bob, what is your favorite scene to have seen in the movie? Like, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene to scene.
Yeah,
Okay,
because there was we talked about your
probably-
favorite thing to do, but what was your favorite thing to watch in the movie?
My favorite thing to watch was probably that part when I held my hand and I was looking at Fusion and I said these words I forgot. But yeah, like some inspiration. Like it really
I-
felt like I was telling her, "Are you ready for adventure?"
Like
And I love that
Oh,
scene so
I-
much because you're not just conveying it to Fusion, you were supposed to be conveying it to the audience because it's almost like you're offering the audience of come in this adventure along with me. That's why when we were recording it the first time I was like, "No, Mr. Bob, this has to be perfect." Like you probably remember. I was like, "No, your hand
Yeah, it was a
it
bit.
needs to be
was a
touching the
bit.
camera. You need to be like
Not just
handshaking
that.
I
the
didn't
audience."
realize the first
remember-
time, but I understood
I remember
at
like the
end.
first time. Wasn't it like the first time you recorded it? You weren't really like conveying like actual emotions too, or something.
A
Yeah,
little
until
bit.
I ever said like there's some emotion. I'm like, all right. Then it just kicked in.
Yeah. I remember that you were getting so much of the script like confused, like you were like rewiring it. You were saying words that we didn't like. My favorite line that you said that wasn't in the script was he was like, "It's supposed to control the treasure could have the power to
The
control the
sand-
oceans, to be unlimited gold, or to control the weave of destiny." And Mr. Bob goes to control the
I
oceans
remember.
to weave gold. And I'm like, "Mr. Bob, I like your thinking, bro, but that's not the line, and we can't weave gold."
To weave gold.
To control emotions and to weave gold. That is what we are. One to
It
be.
just
No. No.
Mr. Bob, I won't lie. It just sounded like you just said to weave emotions.
To weave
Oh, really?
emotions.
Is that how it sounded in the?
I
in
control
the-
emotions in your
By the way,
like,
guys,
when he
that's
just
what we
said
do.
it, when he just said it.
Oh, gotcha. And
Oh my gosh.
chat, if you ever want to like, a lot of the stuff we're talking about.
Oh, he put on the outfit. He put
did,
on the
he did.
outfit.
All the stuff we're talking about,
All right,
by the
what?
way, is actually on the channel. You can actually watch. So we actually stream the whole content, and then we use the stream footage to make the movie. So if you guys want to see all this behind the scenes content,
Didn't you like post one like the part ones of it? Didn't
part
you?
one's out. Part two is not out yet. That might come out next week or maybe the week afterwards because we have so much content right now. Right now,
Ooh.
we have this video that will be
And not
out
just-
next week. You
and-
guys will be seeing it
not-
next week.
And not just that, we also still need.
have Dungeons
like,
of
to work on the
Eternity.
bloopers.
There's
And
bloopers. There's the we are going to do so much
There's a lot.
just
There's a
for
lot,
this
to say
movie.
the least.
I don't mean this in a bad way, but I want to milk this movie
dang.
appropriately. Like
Oh
appropriately.
yeah, it feels
Okay.
good. Like I want a story
Like,
out of this.
And I do like the fact that so many of you guys liked the movie so much that I just want to deliver as best as we can deliver. So, and,
Alright,
and
I think
this
now's
is the
about time
Wait a
beginning.
minute, Everest.
yeah. What's up?
Wait,
What's
wait,
up?
continue. Can you?
I
Look in the chat.
the chat.
Okay.
What chat?
What chat?
Oh, Discord chat. What's up?
Oh,
Okay, I just sent you a
Discord.
chat message.
Okay, I'm lagging.
you
I'm
see the
lagging
chat?
hard. I'm lagging hard. I
It's in the
can't.
chat.
I was gonna. I was gonna actually.
Oh,
I was gonna
oh.
say
Finger
after
chat,
that
finger
we
chat,
should probably
yeah.
start wrapping up.
Yes, we should start wrapping up.
I need to get
Uh,
my. I need to get my food.
Guys, this is going to be a new series. We're going to be doing basically podcasts in
Yay.
Rec Room.
I
Today,
got-
we talked about basically our first VR experiences. We talked about Skyfar. We might talk about Skyfar again next stream. That way we can get Fusion
Most
in,
likely.
because I think that would only
Yeah,
be fair. And we're going to be talking about music in VR, concerts in VR, and we're just going to talk about how that is like shaping the overall VR community
My
and
foot is
how,
asleep.
how that's changing Rec Room as a whole and whatnot. And while we will not do it next podcast, we will consider bringing guests onto it, like one at a time from time to time. We might bring a guest on
Kind of
board.
like an actual podcast.
Kind of like an actual podcast.
Wait, actually,
yeah.
Everest.
What's up?
Did you see my video I made? The vacation. Oh wait, the Rec Room music video. That video.
Oh, good.
Yes, I did. That was. It wasn't bad, man.
wasn't
The
that
fact
good.
that you managed to
wasn't
sing
bad.
a song yourself in a day and then put it into a music video in that same day wasn't half bad, guys. Subscribe to Mr. Bob.
That
He
just
actually
reminds
does
me
good
of the fact
content.
that I made
Mr.
a
Bob in
room-
Rec Room, check him out. What's
that,
up?
That just
Hi,
reminds me of the fact that I
guys.
made a room in 2.0 yesterday within the span of like 4 hours.
And I'm so sorry we didn't use it. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. At least we got some chairs and a table.
I
yes, we
accidentally
did.
broke it.
Yeah, he was
You
telling us
did.
that. He
And
was
it
telling
cost-
us that.
And it costed me 45 minutes of work.
Anyway, guys, thank you so
You
much for
know,
watching.
All I
Oh,
was trying
sorry,
to
Jaya,
do
go
was
ahead.
some
Go ahead, Jaya.
simple- I was
You tried to make
do
a sword
some-
handle.
I was trying to make a axe.
And
Oh,
then you
my.
caused the floor to fall.
It's better than a hat shelf.
What?
A hat
A floor
shelf?
table's better than a hat shelf.
A shelf for your hat?
Okay,
Yeah, a shelf?
Let's
You
Alright,
just put a hat in
alright.
it.
Okay.
Alright,
Anyway,
let's start
guys,
wrapping up
Thank you
now.
for very much for watching this video. We will be back very soon with more content, but
Yeah, I
until
want this
then,
run back.
I will see you all in the Rec Room. Booyah!
Is that it? Okay, did the video just
you, like-
end?
The video
Yeah, the
just
video
just
ended.
Stand back, laugh, enjoy